Hello, everybody. This is John Sneed again with Tip of the Spear, episode 6 with my compadres, Grayson and Cole. We're back to bring you another week of Tip of the Spear and talk everything football and also other sports if we have time, obviously in the D.C. area. But I first wanted to give a shout-out to Grayson Sneed, whose club baseball team at Virginia Tech went 3-0 this weekend, and they're starting their season. Last year, they actually made it to the national championship, come up a little bit short against a Penn State team, but they're looking to hopefully repeat. Grayson is vice president this year and actually hit a dinger. Batting .400 through 3 games. Let's hope we can keep it up. And way to start off the season, Grayson, 3-0.
Yeah. Big time for Virginia Tech Club baseball. We're almost as good as the real team. Obviously, I'm joking, but
hey, we'll see. You guys, you played really good. You started off a little bit slow, but in the third game, second game, you crushed them. But you guys found the way to come back and win, which is super exciting to watch. Me and Kim were down there and enjoyed it thoroughly. And the guys are a great group of guys, and they have some really great new pitching looks like this year, so I'm excited to see. They're actually going to Panama City next week, I think, for what is it, swing in the spring. So I believe if you're interested in the Virginia Tech Hokies club baseball team, you can live stream those games and follow them down there, which I obviously will be doing. So congratulations, Grayson. Great way to start off your 2026 spring season at Virginia Tech Club Baseball. So I'm excited to see. And then also tonight, before we get into football, we were all told to bring the beer of choice. So for our first beer show, I guess that's what you want to call it. I know the junkies do something like this, drinking show. I'm not going to get plastered. But the beer that I brought was, and I'll start off and then I'll let you guys go, was an Atomic Pumpkin, New Belgium Atomic Pumpkin, which is usually a Halloween beer, and you can tell how much I drink because it's still in the refrigerator from Halloween. But it actually, I like it because it has pepper in it. I think it's I can't think of it's not a habanero. Maybe it is a habanero pepper, and it's super tasty. So that's mine, and I recommend if you can find it in October, you get yourself some because they're very easy drinking, and the can is easy on the eyes as well. So
get you a little sip real quick, Dad.
I'm gonna crack it right here in front of you.
And give it a scale 1 to 10. 1 to 10.
The bouquet. No, that is excellent. I love it. And unfortunately, it's the last one I have in the refrigerator. So until next October, here's to you.
So
what do you guys got?
My beer of choice, I was told by my father not to drink either a Miller Lite or any, normal beer that a college kid would drink. So I grabbed the only thing that looked odd, I guess to say, in my refrigerator. So I'm drinking a Sierra Nevada haze. I don't even know if you could see that. Sierra Nevada IPA.
Hazy IPA, yes.
Which I will pour in this glass right now. Oh, and I'm spilling a little bit, but whatever.
Don't get your computer.
Hold on. I don't normally drink IPAs.
As Cole is laughing.
I don't normally drink IPAs, but there's a lot of foam, so I'll let that calm down a little bit. But
very nervous pour there.
I guess, but I'll try it real quick.
All right, let us know.
That's actually pretty good.
So would you order that if you're at a bar? Would you order that?
If I was at a brewery, I would definitely get this. Now, if I was at a bar, at my local Blacksburg bar, probably not. I'd probably stick with a Blue Moon or, a Miller Lite. That's more my speed, but
you and Grandpa in the
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
How about you, Cole? What did you bring to the party? I know what he brought to the party since we're actually like 10 feet apart
you
from
better
one
not
another.
brought one of those sour
you got to get
beers.
You got to get closer to your screen because I can't even see you. You're like totally fuzzy.
You can see me
Cole.
just fine, dude. I'm lounging, my feet are kicked back. I'm having a grand time over here.
I cannot
so
see
the
your
reason,
face.
Yeah, you can see my face. What are you talking about?
Honestly, I'm telling you, you're fuzzy, but that's okay. Get closer to the screen.
Go ahead, Cole. Just talk about your beer, man.
Yeah, I'll talk about my beer. Nobody watches this anyways. They listen to this stream. So,
All right, all right, all right.
so the beer that I have is a Lazy Dog Huckleberry Haze.
Not
I don't know what a
sponsored. Not
Huckleberry
sponsored.
is. Yeah, we're not sponsored at all. We're not sponsored at all. The reason my dad's so upset is because apparently this was the beer he grabbed. I grabbed the same thing. Like he just said, we're 2 rooms apart here. He wasn't very happy with that. I'm not budging. I love this beer. So I'll just crack it open and have a sip.
Huckleberries. Remember when we went to Yellowstone? Everything was huckleberry.
Yeah.
It's a damn good beer. I love this beer. It's fantastic. I'm gonna enjoy it, I guess, during the show. So I mean,
Well, I'm ranking mine a 10. I don't know what Grayson. I think Grayson was like a 7 or an 8.
Listen, I only have a certain amount of hairs on my chest right now for IPA beers, so I'll rate it. I'll rate it a solid 6. How about that? It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna give this one this is probably a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's a damn good beer. I've had a couple better, but this is really good. Always enjoyable.
These are an easy scoring base, huh? We got a 9 and we got a 10 out of 10. So these are the
pretty
best
good.
beers that you ever had,
pretty
apparently, I guess.
Well, Grayson,
All right.
I've had your beer before. Your beer's like a 6, if we're being all honest. But
That's what I said. That's what I said. I gave it a 6.
I do get it at Caps games and all that kind of stuff. It is like one of the few beers I do get when I'm going to DC. So
It's actually one of the more tame IPAs that I've actually had in a while.
it's not bad.
It's pretty good.
You get the percentage and it doesn't taste like absolute horse shit. So there's
So
that.
fans
like-
out.
It seems
fans
like we
out-
got 3 drinkable beers. Everybody.
Fans out there, leave your beers in the comments of which
right.
beers you like the
Exactly.
most, and
Let
if
us-
these
give us
beers
some
are
ideas.
horrible or not.
Yeah, give us some ideas of beers that you'd recommend for sure. So, all right, well, we knocked that out. We knocked out Virginia Tech Club Baseball, and we knocked out our beer of choice for tonight. I guess we should talk a little bit about the Redskins or the Commanders.
Yeah.
So I know Cole has been looking at the combine. I know I've been listening to everybody and anybody talk about the running back from Notre Dame coming to the Redskins, comparing him to Christian McCaffrey, and evidently had a great combine. And now everybody, Colin Cowherd and all these guys, are saying that he is by far the best player in the draft, which is kind of shocking because usually they say it's quarterback, right? Mendoza, you would think, going number 1. But they're saying that he is hands down the best player in the draft, and a lot of places or a lot of these pundits have him come into the Redskins and Commanders. What do you guys think? Cole, what have you been hearing?
So I've been doing a lot of looking online. There's definitely a hype train coming with Jeremiah Love. A couple weeks ago, you didn't really hear much about him. I mean, not that we didn't hear about him. I've been talking about Jeremiah Love for 2 years and how great he is. But like when it came to like being drafted in the top 10, I mean, he knew it was always an option. Now it's getting like I've been seeing mock drafts where it seems like all our defensive guys we want are going to go up there. Might go pretty high. We might not even have an option to pick any of those defensive guys at the 7th spot. So thank God again that we beat the Eagles in that final week of the season because that helped us out so much. But at the 7th spot, what I'm hearing around is if those defensive guys aren't available, most of our, I guess, analysts and stuff want us to take best player available, and most people consider Jeremiah Love that best player available. So I still don't necessarily agree with the pick. I think it would be an exciting pick just because it's a big-name player, could come in and be explosive right away. But I still think we have other holes, more pressing holes that we need to fill. So that's all I've been hearing right now. Jeremiah Love's getting a lot of attention. Carnell Tate's starting to get a little bit of attention as well. Every mock draft has him all over the place. I've seen him as high as going as 4. I've seen him as low as going as like 15. It's all over the place with him. So that's going to be really up in the air when it comes draft day. Another guy that I saw, Malachi Lemon. I'm not sure if you guys have been seeing this around. Apparently this dude is having a Shedeur Sanders-esque interview process right now. Everybody's reporting that he's having terrible interviews all around and stuff like that, and apparently like his stock is tanking big time, so that's going to be a name to watch at the moment. They just think he might be a bit of a head case. So I think last I saw him, he was supposed to be like anywhere from like 10 to 17. But with this stuff kind of developing, I could see him going later in the first round, which would kind of chap my ass a little bit because that means he'll be going to a much better team. But yeah, so far those are the couple stories I've seen so far.
Yeah, there's been a whole lot of traction with Jeremiah Love recently, and we kind of just brought it up in like I don't know episode 3, maybe 2, just talking about it hypothetically if we were gonna what would happen if those defensive players went off the board, and ever since then like Twitter, Instagram, even
Yeah, it's
TikTok,
weird.
Facebook, it's really weird. As soon as we started talking about it, Jeremiah Love has like blown up. Now, yes, it's because the draft is getting close. I mean, it's almost summertime. So, but at the same time, all these mock drafts are just popping out. This guy saying Jeremiah Love going 7, Jeremiah Love going 8, Jeremiah Love going 5, or Ruben Bain going 3. Like nobody really knows, but the amount of traction that has came out about Jeremiah Love is pretty insane, honestly. And I think there's actually like a hype train around it now with Commanders fans and Jeremiah Love. And I mean, I'm not the GM, I'm not Adam Peters, I'm not whatever, but I mean, if Jeremiah Love ended up coming here and those defensive players came off the board, I would certainly be happy. I mean, you gotta have to look at it too. Defensively is one guy. If we draft Ruben Bain, and I know this might chap Cole's ass a little bit, like drafting defensively or drafting offensively, but it say we draft that one defensive player, we waste that pick, not waste that pick, but we pick 7, we take a defensive player and he doesn't pan out. Well, one player, is that really going to help our defense to the level so much better than last year? Probably not. So would Jeremiah Love help us offensively? I think that is yes, an affirmative answer.
I
Yeah,
think what's
I will
going to happen. Go ahead, Cole.
Okay. What I was gonna say is, I think when we first talked about Jeremiah Love, I went on a pretty decent rant about how I really didn't want us to draft Jeremiah Love. I'm starting to kind of a little bit get behind the hype train just a smidge, and this is not me saying that he's the best available pick or stuff like that, but it's to the point now where for me, if we pick Jeremiah Love, I'm not gonna necessarily throw an absolute temper tantrum like I would have 3 weeks ago. Um, if we were to draft him, like I've been watching a little bit of film on him. I remember 2 years ago, his freshman year at Notre Dame, he was lighting it up. Last year, he lit it up again. I mean, he's a bona fide star. I think he could be the next big thing, the next big running back in the league. He probably will end up being the next big running back in the
But
league.
would you compare him like they're saying though, Cole? Like, is he Christian McCaffrey esque? Because they say he evident, and I'm ignorant with this because you guys obviously have seen him play. I don't watch a ton of college football, so I have watched some of the hype videos, and it does look like he can catch out of the backfield. So he's kind of not only a running back, but he can kind of Christian McCaffrey it, catch it coming out of the backfield. So is he? Do you guys project him or think he's that good?
Well, I don't like to comp players to other players in the league because I think every player does something different. Uh, I think the reason people comp him to Christian McCaffrey is because he can catch passes. Like he's got good hands. He can route run, do all that kind of stuff. He really is like he's a multi tool. He can do a little bit of everything, and that's I guess why he's getting comped to Christian McCaffrey a little bit. I do think he's a little bit more explosive than Christian McCaffrey. Like I think he can get downhill a little bit better. Um, but again, it's just like people like to make these comps, like say, oh, his ceiling's Christian McCaffrey, oh, his ceiling's Emmett Smith, whatever. I don't like to play that game because I like to let players make names for themselves. I hate comping people to others. Like I hated when we comp Jaden Daniels to not when we, but like fans of the league and stuff would comp Jaden Daniels to Lamar Jackson and stuff like that. Like I don't like that because I think. Like for example, Jaden Daniels does things a lot differently than Lamar Jackson does, and the only reason he's getting comped is because he can run. So, I think he deserves the hype. I think the only reason he wouldn't be like a top 3 pick in the draft is strictly just because the positional value of a running back is not super high. That's mainly why like he's projected to fall around where we are, anyways. Like again, like we were talking about, damn near every mock draft or analyst out there has him pretty much the number 2 prospect behind Mendoza. Some even have him above Mendoza. Um, but again, running back is just not like a super valuable position in this league right now. So I mean, most teams keep their guys for their rookie contract and kind of just let them walk afterwards. I mean, I think that's what we're seeing in Seattle with Kenneth Walker here. He won Super Bowl MVP, and I think they're just going to let him go because most running backs don't usually get second contracts with the same team. So we'll see. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremiah Love, I'm loving it right now. Like, I would love to take him genuinely. Say like Ruben Bain, David Bailey went off the board. I mean, go for him. I mean, I understand you guys might like Carnell Tate or that guy. What his name? Sonny Styles, right? That's his name. The linebacker from
Yeah,
Ohio State.
evidently he had an incredible combine, supposedly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy. I truly. This might be a crazy take. I don't think we could go wrong in the position that we're in. I know we're 7. I know we beat the Eagles. I know we kind of like ruined our draft position that way. But at the same time, whatever person we get is going to help us, no matter whether that be on each side of the ball, defensively or offensively. We could get a running back. We could get a linebacker. We could potentially get a wide receiver. But I think there's a solid group of guys that we can choose from that'll help us substantially. Obviously, like we've said in prior episodes, we want to go for defense, which I still completely agree with that. I think we should go for defense because that's where we need the most help. But if we draft an offensive player, I would love to go for Jeremiah Love. I think he's the most explosive guy in the group. Offensively, he probably is, in my opinion, the best overall player in the draft offensively. And I think he could be a generational running back. Now, we compare to last year when Ashton Jeanty got drafted. I know we talked about that before. Ashton Jeanty almost was like a Heisman winner. Probably should have won Heisman, to be honest with you. But we also want to look at who he played and who Jeremiah Love has played. Jeremiah Love has played, some of the best college football out there. I mean, I know some Notre Dame games, like they play weak opponents, but at the same time, he's also going against Penn State's. He's also going against Ohio State's, like things like that, because they're in their own independent like conference. Yeah. So, but versus Boise State, I mean, we can compare games that way. Go ahead, Cole.
Yeah, what I was going to say is, number one, I'm not taking.
Or you're going to bring it up the Oregon game?
No Jeanty. That's exactly what I'm going to bring up.
The Oregon game.
When he had like 250 yards against Oregon and 3 TDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't take Jeanty slander. I know you're not necessarily slandering him, but I felt like I need to make that known. My sweet princess and Jeanty can do no wrong. That Raiders O-line is terrible.
I like Ashton Jeanty, but yes, he had a great game against Oregon. Would he repeat that over and over again against Oregon? Probably not, but he did have a great game against Oregon. I just think Jeremiah Love's a better overall player. That's just my opinion.
Well, I think I'm actually excited now. I'm going Jeremiah Love with the first pick based on what you two guys said. Forget the defensive guy, because who is going to give you the most bang for the buck? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this. I think Adam Peters is going to take care of defensive end in free agency. I think we're going to end up with somebody, either Trey Hendrickson or somebody like that, and we'll draft somebody later on. I hear that Ruben Baines, his stock's fallen a little bit because he's got dinosaur arms, T-Rex arms, where his arms are the shortest arms of anybody playing defensive lineman since like Reggie White. Now, Reggie White's pretty damn good. Was a pretty good player, but it's not what they're looking for in terms of the twitchy, long-arm defensive ends that they have today. I think he had a 30-inch arm, and they said it was the shortest they've measured since, I guess Reggie White, or before Reggie White. But I'm kind of on the best offensive player. If you could get a Christian McCaffrey type running back that could play with Jaden Daniels, I mean, wow, that would be exciting. But that scenario is totally based on us taking care of the defensive end issues and bringing in nothing but free agent defensive players and a center, because as we all know, this last week we lost Badass, or they call him Badass, but we let him go, so we no longer have a starting center, so we're going to need to pick that up too at some point.
We just did.
We did? Okay, who did we get? Who did we pick up?
No, we didn't pick up anybody. We re-signed Nick Allegretti to an extra contract. He was the backup center behind Biadasz.
Okay,
So I guess
but I
he'll
don't
be
think
starting this year.
You think he'll be starting, or do you think they just?
I think so. They restructured his contract to give him some more cap this year. They haven't released the actual numbers, but it frees up a little bit extra space this year. They added a year next year. I assume that means they want him to fill the starting role. I don't think Beatis was very phenomenal at center, anyways. I think Allegretti can hold his own. So I don't find it a bad deal. But yeah, go ahead.
What I heard, I was just going to tell you, is towards center. I heard earlier today that they're looking at this. Supposedly, there's a center at the Ravens. Their number one center is a free agent, who's evidently a baller, like a mauler and a baller.
I mean, with all this cap space we're freeing up right now, I'm cool with Adam Peters kind of going after anybody. But I will say, kind of going back to the whole Jeremiah Love thing, just because I was thinking about it, I kind of want to say this. Mm-hmm. The only reason that I'm skeptical is not the right word, but almost hesitant to pick Jeremiah Love at the 7 spot. Not necessarily for the defense, if ignoring the defense at this point. It's really just because I really like Bill. I do. I think he has what it takes. I think he can be really good. He had some very explosive games for us throughout the year. He was a rookie. He had some learning curves and stuff. But, I mean, he almost put up 800 yards and
Trade
7
bait.
or 8 touchdowns. No, he's not trade bait yet.
If you get
he's still on a
but if
rookie
you
contract
get
for a couple more years.
No, I know, but that makes him attractive to another team if you do Jeremiah Love. I'm just saying, because I don't think, did we re-sign McNichols and
I don't think so. I think both of them are free agents.
Yeah,
but
so.
No, really, my point being is just I think Bill's good. I don't want if Bill has more in the tank, which I think he could. I don't necessarily want to slam the door on him getting opportunities. So with drafting Jeremiah Love, that's kind of the one thing I'd worry about is Jeremiah Love would take all those touches for Bill's development and stuff like that, or yeah, I mean, it'd be a good 1-2 punch. And I know every team in the league kind of likes to do a multiple running back room now, and we did the same thing last year. But I mean, I like seeing Bill out there. I think he has breakaway speed. He's lightning fast. He's shifty. I think he can do it. He just got to clean up the fumbles a little bit, make some smarter runs. But that's coachable stuff, I think. So I mean, I just the only reason I'm hesitant is just I don't want to screw over Jacory Crossy-Merritt by any means with his development, because I genuinely think he has what it takes to be a pretty decent running back in this league.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only way I would take is Jeremiah Love. Sorry, the only reason I would take that guy is if nobody else is left. If the defensive ends aren't there, then I'll take my lumps on a free agent. And just go for the best player available. If he is as good as a Christian McCaffrey, the offense he's going to give you, he's going to run, like Christian McCaffrey. He's going to catch passes like Christian McCaffrey. I think you got, like you say, you got to take the best player available, and you have Crossy-Merritt as the second guy. You got to have 2 or 3 running backs, and we'll see. I just think if he's that good, like I say, I didn't watch him. Was he in the Heisman voting?
Jeremiah Love, I don't think this year he actually might have been, but I think last year he was definitely a Heisman finalist. In fact, I think he finished second or third in Heisman. I think it was third in Heisman because Gentis was second, and Travis Hunter won it.
The hype is unbelievable about this guy. I mean, it's crazy.
No, it's well deserved. He's phenomenal. He's
Jeremiah
easily
Love
the best
was
offensive player in the
Heisman
draft.
finalist. He was a Heisman finalist this year.
Last year,
This year, yeah.
This year.
Okay.
Can you check me to see if he was a Heisman finalist the previous year as well?
Sure.
Yeah, I think.
Thanks. And then while Grayson's doing that, while we're on the topic of the draft right now, let's just ignore the fact that people can be taken before our pick, right? If we had, let's say, the second pick in the draft, Mendoza is obviously going to go first. We have the second pick in the draft right now. All players are available. Who are you guys picking if every single person is available at our spot to draft?
Do you think Mendoza's going to go for number 1? Do you think?
Absolutely.
Do you
There's
think
no
the
question
Raiders
about
are
it.
that in love with him?
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. I feel
it doesn't matter if he's in love with him or not. It's your best chance to win next year, and you got a quarterback prospect. If he ends up panning out elsewhere and you passed on him and went for Malik Willis or something, That's going to look terrible on their GM and their coaching staff and all that kind of stuff. It's a no-brainer pick. If they do anything else, it's just an incompetent front
If
office.
Okay, but I heard. What about swapping with the Jets for number one, picking up another first round draft pick with the Jets for maybe next year, and you know they're going to be terrible again, and then signing Kyler Murray for a year, 2 years.
Kyler Murray's not nearly good enough if you want to compete. That dude's actually terrible at
know.
football. If they were to do that, I could see them maybe pulling off a trade like that with the Jets and maybe going after a guy like Malik Willis, because I think right now Malik Willis is the number one quarterback in the free agency right now. I think he's got a lot of hype surrounding him. I think for good reason. You can ask my boys, dude. I've been talking Malik Willis up ever since he's been drafted. I think he's deservedly so getting an opportunity now to prove himself. I still think he's better than Jeremiah Love, and I'm going to stand on that to the day I die. And I think he's been put in the Packers organization where he just never really had a chance to get out there because they were forced to pretty much keep Jordan Love out there all the time.
Yeah, right.
But I really do like Malik Willis. I could be proven wrong here in a couple months when he starts somewhere else and maybe sucks, maybe plays really well. I don't know. But I could see the Raiders potentially doing that in that specific scenario. But other than that, I can't really imagine.
I just keep hearing Tom Brady's not 100% sold on him. And if Tom Brady doesn't want him, that he's a limited quarterback, that he's, in today's age, you got to be able to be a little bit mobile, I think is what Brady's thinking. But hey, screw the Raiders. It doesn't matter.
We all saw that run in the national championship, right?
Yeah, it was one run. But, I don't know. Like I say, he's no Jaden Daniels. I mean, he's a totally different type of passer. To me, I don't get excited watching him play football, and there's a certain amount of excitement that goes along with a quarterback. And I think compared to the Jaden Daniels class, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, all those guys, they're exciting to watch. Even last year, Cam Ward. I mean, he's exciting to watch. I just don't know. He's not your prototypical 2020, 4 or 5, quarterback. So, and I don't know, but that was Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't a scrambler. Tom Brady was a, pocket passer. So maybe he sees some of himself in him, and they're going to pick him. So I don't know.
With that being said, ignoring the Raiders' supposed controversy, who would you pick if you had everybody available?
At pick 7 at our pick. Okay.
Yeah, if everybody was available. Dream scenario, you can pick anybody you want.
Anybody in the top that's available other than the quarterback.
All right, I'm going with Kyron Drones at our 7th spot.
Come on, dude. Kyron Drones.
All right, I'm obviously joking. Yeah,
yes,
hell no, I'm not picking Kyron Drones. But if I had to pick anybody at the 7th spot and everybody was available, God. I'd probably go David Bailey. I mean, I know everybody's hyping up Ruben Bain, but I mean, David Bailey was outstanding last year, and he's a little bit bigger, and he's got longer arms, and he's a little bit faster. So, a guy that can protect the run and also apply pressure on passing. That's probably who I'd take if everybody was there.
Me? Okay, well, I'm still going Ruben Bain. Be my number one pick. T-Rex arms or not, if he's anywhere near Reggie White, I want that guy on our team. I mean, he is a game wrecker. He plays, hair on fire every down. I mean, he's a game wrecker. I want that guy on our team on the defensive line. So that would be my pick if I had could pick anybody.
All right. I like both of those options, genuinely. I think those are both pretty good picks there. If I was going to go D-line, I'd probably go Avril Reese first, just because he has the most upside, I think. But if I were to really pick from anybody that's available, that's there, I'm taking Sonny Styles where we're at. I think like his combine performance is one of the best combine performances I've ever seen in my life. He's a linebacker that, what was it, a 4.36 or something like that?
Tell us what
stupid
is
fast.
Is that his measurable? Was that what you're saying? Is just the his speed? Did he do what other things did he do?
I didn't check
Did-
up on all of his combine things. All I know is that he had
Yeah.
one of the best combine performances of all time. He ran a
Yeah, I heard
4.36
that.
as a linebacker. He can rush the quarterback, and he can also pass coverage, which are two things that we desperately needed. He can fill multiple positions that we potentially need all at one time, and I don't expect us to bring Bobby Wagner back. And then I don't know how our front office feels about Jordan McGee. So I think Sonny Styles is phenomenal. He's got crazy upside. I mean, the dude's phenomenal in pass coverage. He's
Is
phenomenal
he a
rushing the
Mike?
quarterback.
Is he the Mike? I mean, is he?
I
The,
believe
he would be the
was
Bobby
the
Wagner.
Sam. I believe he was
okay.
the Sam at Ohio State, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. But either way, he's just a lethal player all the way around. You can have him in the secondary, you can have him on the line, you can move him around and do all these things that I know Durante Jones likes to do with his secondary. So I think that would be a phenomenal fit for our defense. It'd be a great immediate impact player who can help us out in pass coverage against throws downfield, as well as potentially disrupting the run game and disrupting the quarterback in the backfield. So that's who I would pick with my seventh pick, assuming he's there, assuming everybody's there. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be the best defensive player in this draft. I genuinely think so. He's got so much upside.
They said that he's Luke Kuechly-ish. And again, if you could get somebody who's like Luke Kuechly at a linebacker, yeah, I'd agree with you. I'm hearing a lot of positive things from the combine with him too. And that so you guys basically okay, so as far as the draft picks, Cole, I want to ask you about Adam Peters, right? And free agency. Where do you think he's going to go? What do you guys think he's going to do, Grayson? I mean, do you think he's going to go? I mean, are we going exclusively defense? Are we going to go for offense? Are we going to basically build our draft around our free agents, or are we going to build our free agents around who we think we're going to draft? I mean, what are you guys thinking?
I don't think you ever really build your free agents around who you think you're going to draft, especially if you're at the 7 spot, because there's so many variables that can come into play. I think you kind of draft based on what you do in free agency, if that kind of makes sense. So I really don't know what Adam Peters is going to do. I've been hearing reports everywhere that we're gearing up to spend a lot of money this offseason. We're going to make some big splash plays for names, get some big-time players over here, win out some bidding wars. That's what people are expecting out of Adam Peters. I hope that's the case. I'm going to remain skeptical until I see it. But from what I understand, he's going to try to fill as many holes as possible with some big-name players. So what I would imagine we'll see from Adam Peters, since we just cut Marshawn Lattimore.
Is that a definite? Did that happen?
Yeah, I don't think it's like official, but it's like been announced everywhere that Commanders are going to release him. So that saves up another almost $19 million in cap space too. That gives you plenty of room to go after another name. So I can imagine Adam Peters definitely filling a lot of holes on defense in free agency, whether that's picking up a safety or some corner, like a corner or two here or there. Definitely probably going to see some D linemen getting picked up by us. I can imagine he might try to target a wide receiver, maybe a tight end in free agency, because we got plenty of cash to spend. So I don't think we should expect Adam Peters to play this like scared, especially since this is a big make or break year for Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. Like, just because he's the GM doesn't mean he's immune to getting fired, right? Like, if you have 2 really bad seasons in a row with 2 really bad free agency moves in a row, or 2 free agencies in a row, like you could potentially be on the chopping block to go. So Adam Peters definitely going to go out and try to spend some money, get some guys in here. And I think when it comes to the draft, I think what we'll see with free agents is based on kind of who we kind of start picking up in free agency, we'll get a better idea of who we're trying to target draft-wise. Because say for example, we pick up a big-name linebacker in free agency. That means we're probably not going to draft Sonny Styles, right? Or we pick up a running back in free agency. Means probably Jeremiah Love's not in the question or anything like that. So we'll see over the coming weeks, especially since I think free agency starts up in a week and a half. I think it's the 11th. Free agency officially opens. So we got another week and change to wait around, and then starting then, it's the Wild West. Anything can happen. I think last free agency it took a little bit took a little while for anybody to really gain some traction. I don't think we really saw a whole lot of signings the first like week or two of free agency last year, but maybe we'll see something different this year. But I can definitely expect the Commanders to be heavily active in free agency this year.
I mean, I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it, sort of thing. I mean, I'm hearing all this stuff as well about how much money we're going to spend in the offseason and go after the right guys, but every time that happens, we end up signing a Marshawn Lattimore or somebody that does absolutely nothing for our team. So hopefully we can sign guys like Will Harris, those people that actually helped last year before he got hurt. Hopefully guys on defense, but like Cole was talking about, it really also depends on, draft-wise, and, our draft is really, a production of our offseason, meaning whoever we pick up in the offseason free agent-wise, that's usually who we're going to go opposite of in the draft. So I'll see what happens. I mean, I'm on Twitter every single day and, see who we pick up, but I'm really hoping we get, some defensive end, D lineman, something like that, or maybe a explosive offensive player like George Pickens. I think that's totally out of reach, but
I think
know.
Pickens was just franchise tagged by Dallas. I think he's not entering free agency.
Okay, well, Isaiah Likely's out there. Somebody
Yep.
tight end wise. I mean, I
keep hearing his name. I keep hearing his name too.
I'm really just excited to see who we sign, and
But I also heard Njoku. I heard Njoku again. I think he's a possibility. And then did you guys hear that they're supposedly, what do you think about bringing Trent Williams back? I heard the 49ers are going to release him.
I love it. He's not going to want to come back here, though. But I love it. Because I remember when Trent Williams left, he did the whole presser where he's like, I'm never playing in Washington again. I imagine he's probably going to stick by that.
Under the same owner.
Yeah, but he didn't say that. He said he would never play in Washington again. He didn't say regardless of who the owner was. Money talks, but he's got such a bad taste here. It doesn't matter if it's a new ownership, stuff like that. I really don't think he's going to end up coming here. And plus, I don't think we're going to be spending that much money on our offensive line this offseason.
It's 36, something like that, probably 35. He's got to be up there. I don't know his exact age, but I mean, we signed him. That's just going to be another Bobby Wagner. I mean, yes, he's one of the most dominant offensive linemen in
I think
the
he'd be a
league
backup. I don't think he'd be a starter anymore. I'd probably be a backup.
Trent Williams? No shot. He would definitely be
absolutely.
He'd have to earn a spot.
Definitely start.
Well,
no, hell no.
But he's a left. But he's also a left tackle. He's not going to take for left tackle, for God's sakes. The guy, the Pro Bowler,
Cosme,
left tackle. No, our left tackle.
Oh, sorry, Tunsil.
Houston.
Tunsil.
Yeah. Yeah, I do a Redskins show. I can't remember the guys' names.
Cosme's right guard.
But yeah, so. Okay, so you're out on him. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm not necessarily out on him. He'd be a great pickup. He's out on us. He ain't coming here no matter how much money you want to shell at him. And it's like we misdiagnosed a cancer, like a brain cancer for him. And it's like, dude, I wouldn't want to play here either after that. It doesn't matter who the regime is. I'd just have a bad taste in my mouth coming back to the city after that. So I don't blame him. There's 30-something other teams that'll pay him a contract. But, I mean, just is what it is. There's plenty of other guys you can pick up instead. That'll be a lot cheaper, too, than Trent Williams.
What about a reunion with John Allen if he's released? I heard that he might be released, too. Minnesota might be letting him go.
I also saw something about Montez Sweat. What are all these guys? I mean, who is going on the internet and writing this stuff? Because half of it is bullshit, and they're just putting it out there just to get Commanders fans hyped up about it.
Or just to get clicks.
Also, yeah,
let's get clicks.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm low-key on the bandwagon of wanting Chase Young back. I'm going to be for real. I kind of want Chase Young back. I know that's... I know. But the dude had double-digit sacks last year. I mean...
And he... Yeah, and what did he do with us when he was younger and faster?
Remember, he was phenomenal before he tore his ACL. And then he tore his ACL and he was never the same with us. I think now he's fully recovered. It's been a couple years.
He's had one good year. And now
I don't know. Maybe it's has to do with coaching.
It's better than the D line that we had last year. I mean, the double-digit sack guy over anybody. Just throw some name a random that was on our defensive line last year. I mean, it'd be a decent pickup. You could probably get him for relatively cheap too.
And Ron Rivera was his coach. So how good could you be with that guy?
I mean, kind of going back on like the free agent stuff and letting people go. Marshawn Lattimore finally gone. I'm so happy about that. I mean, I'm glad I don't have to see yellow flags get thrown on the field every damn play because of PI and either him fighting or with AJ Brown or getting 40 yards on a personal pass interference call. I'm happy that he's gone. Was he a good player in his prime? Yes. Did we sign him when he was washed up? Yes. So I'm glad he's gone. Frees up space. I think Trey Amos is going to do great things. I think Mikey's going to go back to himself like he was his rookie year. And maybe we'll sign somebody corner-wise or safety-wise. So we'll see what happens.
We keep talking about linebacker. Cole brought up Sonny Styles, linebacker. What about, that Kane Medrano? What happened to him? How come is he just no good, or he just wasn't good enough to get playing time? Because he was a hell of a college player at UCLA. I don't think did he even dress for a game? I mean,
No,
that guy's a good player.
He played a little bit for us. He never really made any sort of like impact when he was on the field. I think we used like a 5th or 6th round pick on him or something when we drafted him. He was kind of a reach. I mean, yeah, he played well in college, but was also at UCLA. And UCLA is kind of ass, to put it lightly. But, I mean, maybe he has something, but I feel like at this point, if he did have anything, we would have seen more of him. So I think he's more of just a guy to fill up a spot on the bench, and if somebody gets hurt, he'll get out there. But I can't imagine he'll be starting anywhere. So
I worry about if that's the case, then it just proves that we're not picking the right players. If Adam Peters picked him, he was a 6th round pick.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to hit most times on 6th round picks, so I can't really hold too much weight on that. Most 6th and 7th round picks are just kind of reaches for the most part. Like Bill panned out in the 7th round. I think that was a great 7th round pick. Kane Medrano in the 6th, maybe didn't. You're not going to hit all of them, especially in the late rounds. But if you can hit like maybe at a 50% clip or something in the late rounds, I consider that damn good. So,
yeah.
Jordan McGee, Sonny Styles does sound good though. I will say. I mean, I think that would be.
I think they're going to bring Bobby Wagner back. I got a feeling Zach Ertz's going to be back because he's not going to want to go out like that, and they're going to offer him a deal to come back. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's Njoku, but. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But I guess time will tell, right? I mean, Cole said free agency starts, March 10th? And the draft is April 10th or April 14th or something like that. So we'll know in a couple weeks. At least the wheels will start turning, and we'll start to see what this team's going to start looking like for this year. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
There's also a lot of guys in the draft. I don't know. It seems like a popular question to ask wide receivers, like who would you want to catch footballs from, and a lot of them are saying Jaden Daniels, along with like big names. Like they name like Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and then they go like straight to Jaden Daniels, which is kind of.
The guy from Arizona State said that Tyson was last name Tyson. Again, I'm terrible. Jordan Tyson. They actually interviewed him after his combine, and they said, well, who really impressed you out of all the teams that you interviewed with? Because they do in-person interviews. And they were expecting to say, the Cowboys or whatever. They go, well, actually, I have to tell you, it was the Commanders. And everybody was like, you could tell. Everybody was like, really? The Commanders? And he goes, yeah. I had the best interview with them because evidently they had like, he goes, well, why was it so interesting? He goes, well, because they ask you the basic questions, like your family and, your greatest accomplishment, talk to you about football. But then they, like, put up these pictures, like a psychology test, and it says, what does this picture tell you? What do you see in this picture? And he goes, it was just he had so much fun. So he said it was actually the Commanders was his best interview. So that bodes well that at least the guys that were out there were attractive to the younger players. They were whatever they were doing in the interview process was attracting these younger players in terms of, hey, this would be a place I'd want to play. Hey, these guys are pretty cool. Hey, it's Jaden Daniels. Hey, it's whatever. It's Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. And I know we get wrapped up in the fact that, oh, yeah, a lot of political shit goes on here and everybody's at each other's throat. But it is, the capital of the world is Washington, D.C. And when you come here to play football, if you're good, you'll be beloved. You'll be getting steak dinners out on the town in D.C. your entire life if you live here. So, and the players that have played here, that live here, like the Brian Mitchells of the world, the Santana Mosses of the world, the Joe Theismanns of the world, they're beloved. So I love to see that some of these younger potential draft picks are actually excited about Washington and they're not running from it, which is a big change, and since Danny Snyder is gone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that, players seem to want to actually come here. And, I mean, I'm not in the room when players are talking to our, GM or coaches and everything when it goes to the draft room. But it sounds like we're doing a lot of good stuff. And I hope we, keep it up, number one. And most importantly, I hope we draft correctly. I mean, I know there's probably a lot of pressure on Adam Peters this year and what we do. In the off season, whether that be in free agency, but also in the draft. So, looking for a more productive year than last year. I mean, that's pretty minimal. I mean, I think we should definitely do better than last year. That's for sure. But I'm just excited in general.
So, did we talk hockey last week?
Yeah, we did. We talked about the women's hockey team. We also talked about the
Okay, so let me ask you this: What about the Capitals? Have you guys been following the Capitals at all? I mean,
Yeah.
the Capitals have been not having a good year, from what I can tell. And do you think they're going to come back? Having Tom Wilson and these guys playing. We had several players playing in the Olympics. Do you think that's going to? And they all lost. Is it going to fuel a surge here at the end of the season to actually start winning some games, or are we tanking like the Wizards and hoping for a good draft pick?
Well, the Caps have won two out of three coming back from the Olympic break. Got their shit kicked in last night by Montreal. But I mean, I don't think the Capitals necessarily are having a bad year. I think they're about having a year that most people are expecting them to have. The problem is 9 years out of 10, the Capitals are good enough to be in the playoffs. The East Coast or the Eastern Conference or whatever, or the Metropolitan or whatever they call the conference where you make the playoffs. It's like every single team in that conference is above 500. It's like just for whatever reason this year, every team in the conference is damn good. And so you have to play that much better just to be able to make the playoffs. I think the last I saw, the Caps were, I think, 4 points back. We just got 3 points, 3 points, and 0 points. So maybe we've penciled ourselves in, but we also have like 3 extra games than some of the guys and stuff like that. So we definitely have work to do. We might be able to sneak into the playoffs, but I don't think if we do make the playoffs, we're going to go very far. There's a lot of really good teams, especially in the East right now.
Is Ovechkin done this year?
He scored 2 goals last night.
Do you think he's retiring, though?
Probably.
I don't think that man is ever going to retire. I don't know. I feel like every year goes by and it's like, okay, this is the year he's going to retire. And then he ends up showing up the next year and the next year and the next year after that. So I don't think he was going to retire until he's in a freaking walker.
But will Ted Leonsis re-sign him, or will we let him go play out his career somewhere else? I don't see how he can go play anywhere else. He better stay here. If he's going to play again, we better sign him to another 1-year deal. I mean, I don't know how you let that guy leave.
From what I understand, Ovechkin wants to retire in Russia. Like once he's done with the NHL, he wants to go back and play like a year or two in the Russian league, and then retire from there. So if that's the case, I would imagine this year's probably his last year, at least stateside. He might play another year or two over in Russia, then call it quits. He might play again this year. Again, we haven't heard anything. None of us have any sort of idea. He hasn't announced anything or anything like that. So until we hear anything, I guess maintain course, and I guess expect him back next year. But I don't know. Just the way the team's kind of panning out right now, We definitely have holes to fill, and I think Ovechkin, as much as I love him, is one of the holes that kind of needs to be replaced if we want to have like a contending hockey team again. Because I don't get me wrong, I love Ovechkin. I have like 3 of his jerseys. He's an all timer here, and I'm gonna love him forever. But it's almost to the point now where he's not holding us back, but we could definitely improve at that position from what the production we're getting out of him. So again, I'm more than happy with him staying here as long as he wants to. I feel like he's earned it, and he's more than welcome to play here as long as he wants to. But yeah, from what I understand, from what I've heard from, I think Ovechkin said this, and like other people have posted it as well, is he wants to go retire in the KHL, which is the Russian hockey league. So,
But usually when you leave the NHL, they do like every city gives you a gift or something. They have a celebration, and I haven't seen any of that. So maybe he's going to come back.
From what I understand, is Ovechkin's not the kind of guy that wants one of those. From what I understand, when I was hearing last year, like the great chase and stuff like that, when he was going to break the goal record. Apparently, like behind closed doors, like Ovechkin wasn't a huge fan of like all the publicity and all that kind of stuff, and like all the attention he was getting. So I remember it was a couple months back, but on 106.7 The Fan, I can't remember who was talking about it, but they were talking about that like they think like if this is Ovechkin's last year, he's not going to really like announce it until probably like a couple weeks left in the season, because he doesn't want this entire like season to be just like a farewell tour where every city he goes to, the intention's all on him and stuff like that. Hockey's like a big team sport, and so a lot of guys like they don't like having all the attention on them because they feel like it takes away from their teammates, and I feel like Ovechkin's kind of the same way. And I feel like he's never been one to like go out and really like he's a sociable guy and stuff like that, but he's never going out and giving interviews to everybody each week and stuff like that. Like he's usually pretty like, other than on the hockey rink, you don't really see him unless we win something. Other than that, he's just like a normal guy that kind of does his stuff. So, but yeah, it was something that I did hear that could be interesting. That maybe he'll announce something with like a couple weeks left in the season. Then they'll do like this little farewell tour. He just didn't want this entire season to be all about him. Yeah. So,
I mean, it is late March, or not late March, early March. My mistake. Spring training is in full. It's underway with the Nationals. I think we've actually won a lot of the games that we've played so far. I don't know how many games we've played, but
they haven't looked very good.
I haven't really followed it, but I just want to ask you guys, how many games are we going to win this year, Nationals wise?
Oh.
Will we go above 500 this year?
No chance.
No
chance.
Our pitching staff is terrible. Even if our offense is one of the best offenses in the league, our pitching staff is so bad. I remember we traded away Finnegan, we traded away Ferrer, and we traded away somebody. Yeah, Mackenzie Gore. We traded away 3 of our best one of our starters and 2 of our best bullpen guys, and we added Miles Moustakas or whatever his name is, who had a 5 ERA. For good reason. He's ass cheeks. Yeah, he's had like a
Cade Cavelli. I mean, we're in deep trouble. I mean, if you watch even the spring training, we've been hitting the ball a little bit, but the pitching hasn't been great, and I just think it's going to be a long season. And I actually bought the MLB package so that I could watch them lose. But at the same time, I'm hoping that these young guys will start gelling and we'll really have some diamonds in the rough that'll come to the surface that will actually re-sign. I hope that James Wood can keep doing what he's doing, and we won't be acting as the MLB minor leagues where we get everybody to be really, really good, and then we trade them or we let them go sign somewhere else. I hope that we start keeping some of these guys. It's really going to be a big season, I think, for Dylan Cruz.
Yeah, for sure. Did you see that Bryce Harper said he wished that he started his career at the Phillies?
Who cares what Bryce Harper says? He's the biggest jerk. And you know what? They don't even want him there anymore. The general manager basically threw him under the bus, from what I understood, and said, "Look, for what they're paying him and the performance they're getting, so
It's just really unfortunate because I mean, him starting his career here, he was absolutely loved, and then he goes to the Phillies and he acts like he never wanted to play in Washington ever, even though we drafted him and he was our best player. If he stayed with us, there for sure would have been a statue outside of our stadium with his name on it, but no, he blew all that away.
Come on. You just look at him. He is the perfect Philadelphia Philly. I mean, if he's not from Philadelphia, he looks like the jackass coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, they could be twin brothers. Leave him in Philly. I hope he stays there. He's done nothing. Had he stayed here, he would have won a World Series. So he can take that and bank it.
Yep, that is true.
Good riddance. And I loved him. But he's a punk. He's a punk.
All right, well, we're getting to our 1 hour minute
Mark.
My bad.
Yeah.
And I have tons of studying that I have to do for my exam tomorrow, actually. But I just want to go out there and say thank you guys again for listening in to our episode 6. Leave your comments like always down below in the Spotify.
Did you guys finish your beers? Did anybody leave comments this week?
I don't know. I didn't check the comment section. I know. Shout out Zach Morgan. Zach Morgan, if you're out there, I know you're listening to this. I just want to shout you out because I know you've been watching our podcast and listening in. So Zach, thank you so much, and all the rest of you guys, thank you as well. It just makes it more fun when you guys interact in our comment section and we go over things that you guys talk about. So we really appreciate you guys commenting and listening and watching. So on behalf of Tip of the Spear, thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Peace. Take care, everybody.